Today on CCX News, what's behind the rising costs for prosecutions? The factors that have the city of Golden Valley taking another look at its budget for court cases. Thanks for joining us. Issues related to policing have been a common discussion topic in Golden Valley. This week, the City Council took a second look at its rising budget for prosecutions. Golden Valley hires an attorney with an outside law firm to prosecute city cases. In a work session this week, he told the council he's already spent almost his entire budget for the year. The reason? The caseload for traffic, DWI, and low-level criminal cases has significantly increased since 2022. The city prosecutor also says having a younger police force requires a learning curve to build a good case.
They don't have the experience of being on the street for 3, 5, 10 years, that level of experience. And so it does take more time to prosecute cases because maybe something's missing.
The discussion comes as the city's police chief is on administrative leave during a pending investigation. A local candidate for state senate has officially launched her campaign Thursday night in Maple Grove. Christy Janago announced she's running for state senate as a DFL candidate. Janago, a current city council member, will run for the Senate seats that's long been held by Republican Warren Limmer. Limmer is expected to run for re-election, though he hasn't publicly announced it yet. If elected, Janago says one of her goals is to push for tax cuts on charitable gambling proceeds.
Our American Legion and VFW and veteran service organizations account for well over 10% of all charitable gambling in Minnesota. And it's long past time to get those tax cuts so that our veteran service orgs can serve veterans and also their communities with the funds that they've generated through charitable gambling.
Janago is a veteran herself. She says providing better support for veterans who have gone through the justice system is another one of her priorities. Meanwhile, Governor Tim Walz has announced a timeline to fill the vacant seat held by the late state representative Melissa Hortman of Brooklyn Park. The seat became open after Hortman and her husband were murdered in their home last month in an allegedly politically motivated attack. Governor Tim Walz declared the special election to be held on Tuesday, September 16th, and if necessary, a special primary election would be held on Tuesday, August 12th. Candidates may file between July 15th and July 22nd. State law requires a special election before the next legislative session in February. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, look no further than Robbinsdale. The city's 77th annual Whiz Bang Day celebration kicked off on Thursday. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more on the festivities.
Kevin, yes, I am in Robbinsdale, and it is Whiz Bang Days, a celebration of all things Robbinsdale. Joining me now to talk more about Whiz Bang Days is Courtney Kirking of the Robbinsdale Lions Club. Courtney, how excited are you that Whiz Bang Days is finally here?
We are so excited. We are over the top excited for this event that I believe just highlights this beautiful community, people coming together to celebrate all things Robbinsdale.
So you are part of the Robbinsdale Lions Club, and I understand they are a big part of all the weekend festivities. Tell me about just how the organization has grown since you've been a part of this.
Yeah, so I joined the Robbinsdale Lions Club last fall, and since then we have grown 18 new members. Actually, we had 3 different volunteers yesterday who are non-Lions who are going to join. So we're continuing to grow. We're running off of this momentum and just really embracing the community and connection that we have in this city.
All right, so all the festivities started on Thursday. They'll run through Sunday. What are some of the different things that you want to highlight to get people excited to come out and celebrate?
Well, first and foremost, we're at this lovely bistro, which features, meat from Hack and Mueller's. We have the bingo at 10 a.m. here at Wicked Wart. Then Wicked Wart has live music starting right after that in the afternoon. And all day, they have a maker's market going on today and tomorrow with vendors set up, selling their beautiful items that they've crafted. There's just so much going on. And then, of course, Sunday, we'll top it off with the parade and fireworks.
All right, yeah, about the parade and fireworks. The parade starts at 3 p.m., the fireworks at 10 p.m. If you come out to the parade, you'll see CCX, you'll see the Robbinsdale Lions Club. It's a blast, so come on out and enjoy that. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about all the weekend festivities, those are all going to be available on the Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days website. Reporting in Robbinsdale, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Summer nights in Minnesota are perfect for music. And what better way to celebrate than on a patio? Omni Brewing in Maple Grove hosts a popular summer music series on its patio every Thursday with rotating performers. One of our photographers was there as Atypical Daydream, a Grateful Dead tribute band, performed. We leave you with a taste of the show.
The 96-team Gopher Classic brings together American Legion baseball teams from several states for a 5-day tournament. A handful of local teams are in the tournament too, including Osseo. Osseo meeting Inver Grove Heights in a 6-team pool that also includes Champlin Park. After a triple and error scored Brendan Kranz to start the game, a couple of batters later, Gavin Fino drives the ball to deep center field. Braden Haig scores on Fino's triple, and it's 2-0. Tyler Weeum then lines a single past the diving second baseman. Fino scores as Osseo puts up 3 runs in the top of the first. Inver Grove gets on the board in the second. Back-to-back extra base hits score runs, including this hit by Noah Pearson that plates Logan Schmid, and it's 3-2 after 2. Osseo answers right back in the top of the third. Carter Simon singles to right field. Haig scores, and it's 4-2 O's. They'd add 2 more in the inning to go up 6-2. And then Haig at shortstop comes up with a great stop on this ball, gets up and throws to Kranz for the out to end the Inver Grove third, and remains 6-2. Fino goes the distance on the mound for Osseo, getting this strikeout to end the 4th inning. They win 7-5. Pool play at all 16 Twin Cities area sites continues through Sunday. The state of Minnesota continues to produce some great hockey players. As Jay Wilcox reports, a local star was thrilled to be selected in the recent NHL draft.
It was a hectic week, but an exciting one for 2025 Champlin Park graduate and hockey star Brent Solomon. Solomon was picked in the 4th round of the NHL draft by the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, I was outside on our patio watching it on TV with just my family, and usually you get the phone call, but I didn't get a phone call. I just saw my name up on the TV, but right next to Detroit's logo, and then I got a phone call a little while after, so it was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's awesome. It's a childhood dream of mine, and it was kind of just surreal to see my name called, and to be at Detroit Red Wings in such a great organization. I was just happy to be selected by them. And
Brent then flew to Detroit for a development camp with other draftees and prospects in the Red Wings system.
They flew me out the next morning. It was an early flight, but I mean, it was kind of just hectic packing and everything. But I learned a lot that week, and I kind of got a feel for the speed and the skill that was going to be in the NHL level. And it was obviously an awesome experience for me.
Solomon, who had 38 goals and 18 assists as a senior for the Rebels, played juniors for Sioux Falls of the USHL after the high school season and will play this coming season there. He's committed to Wisconsin for college hockey.
Yeah, it's kind of dependent on how I play this year. I mean, I obviously want to play 1 year and then go into school, but if it takes 2, it's going to take 2. It's kind of just feeling it out with me and the coaching staff there.
And while elite hockey players have many options now, Brent Solomon doesn't regret sticking around for his last season of high school hockey with Champlin Park.
I'm totally grateful, and if I could choose again, I'd do it 100%.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Making sure you get the most life out of your boat's marine batteries is the subject of this week's CCX fishing tip. Here's Terry Tuma.
So often the batteries in your boat are overlooked. And let's just start out with what can happen. First of all, let's start with the concept that we should always charge our batteries as soon as we get off the water, even if we're only fishing for a couple of hours. Charge the batteries. That's actually a no-no. You want to run that battery or batteries down to right around 25–30% and then charge. So you can have many different trips out on the water. And because otherwise, if you don't, you're really going to shorten the life of that battery. And when you're talking about batteries too, is, you know, if you have a battery that's right around 3, 4, or 5 years old, have it load tested. I really experienced a issue with my other boat with really a starting issue where it almost sounded like it was a solenoid. Everything else was working just fine, trim and tilt and so forth. And after the battery was replaced, it took care of that issue. Then too, look at your batteries. You know, are the terminals clean, connections clean? Take good care of your batteries, but that really is what's going to run your boat and provide successful fishing.